The concept of beauty, especially for women, has shifted dramatically throughout history, shaped by culture, art, politics, religion, and even economics. Here's a broad overview of how beauty ideals for women have evolved over time. Ancient civilizations, circa 3000 BCE to 500 CE. Egypt. Beauty was associated with symmetry and cleanliness. Kohl-lined eyes, red ochre lips, and elaborate wigs were fashionable. Slender bodies and delicate facial features were ideal. Greece and Rome. Beauty was linked to mathematical harmony and proportion. Pale skin, golden hair, sometimes dyed, and a fuller, curvier figure were prized. Physical beauty was seen as a reflection of inner virtue. Medieval period, 5th–15th century. Beauty ideals were tied to chastity and spirituality. Pale skin, a sign of nobility and not working outdoors. High foreheads, sometimes achieved by plucking hairlines, and small, demure features were desirable. Plumpness was seen as a sign of wealth and fertility. Renaissance, 14th–17th century. Fuller, voluptuous bodies became the epitome of beauty. Think Botticelli's The Birth of Venus. Fair skin, light hair, and rosy cheeks were fashionable. Beauty was still deeply tied to religious and moral ideals, but humanism brought more focus to the body and sensuality. 18th and 19th century, Enlightenment and Victorian eras. 18th century. Beauty leaned toward refinement and aristocracy. Powdered wigs, corsets, delicate features. Whitened skin using lead-based makeup, which was toxic, was a status symbol. 19th century, Victorian era. Emphasis on modesty, fragility, and femininity. Tight corsets created tiny waists, while pale skin and natural beauty became more ideal. Plumpness was still considered attractive, linked to health and class. 20th century, a century of rapid change. 1920s, flapper era. Slim, boyish figures, short bobbed hair, and daring makeup. Rebellion against Victorian femininity. 1950s. Return to curves. Marilyn Monroe was the ideal. Hourglass figure, full lips, soft hair. 1960s to 70s. Twiggy era thinness and mod fashion. More natural looks started to become popular in the 70s. 1980s. Athletic, toned bodies became trendy. Big hair, bold makeup, power dressing. 1990s. Waif-like beauty, e.g., Kate Moss, and minimalism. Tanned skin, straight hair, and thin brows. 21st century. The digital age and diversity push. Early 2000s still clung to thin ideals, but the 2010s began embracing more body types. Social media introduced influencer beauty, plump lips, contoured faces, Instagram makeup. The Kardashian influence, hourglass figures, surgery-enhanced features. Diversity movements have pushed for inclusivity across race, body size, age, and gender expression. Beauty today is less monolithic. There's growing acceptance of various skin tones, hair textures, and body types. Key takeaways: beauty is never static. It shifts with culture, power, and technology. What is ideal changes, sometimes drastically, across time and place. Many historical beauty standards were tied to social status, health, and access to resources. Today, beauty is more about self-expression and individuality, though societal pressures and media still play a big role.
A woman's identity is such a powerful and nuanced subject. It stretches across inner truths, outer expectations, history, culture, and personal evolution. Identity isn't static. It's a constant shaping, shedding, and reclaiming. Here are some layers to consider when exploring a woman's identity. Internal identity, self-concept, how she sees herself, her strengths, fears, values, desires. Personal narrative, her story, shaped by experiences, memories, growth, trauma, triumph. Spirituality or philosophy, her sense of purpose, beliefs, inner compass. Relational identity, daughter, friend, lover, mother, partner, colleague, how she exists in connection with others. Care versus autonomy, the dance between nurturing others and nurturing herself. Boundaries and expectations, navigating how much of herself she shares or protects. Societal identity, cultural and generational influences, what's inherited, challenged, or redefined. Gender roles and feminism, embracing or rejecting traditional roles, claiming space in male-dominated areas. Representation, how she's seen in media, history, politics, and who gets to tell her story. Professional and creative identity, career versus calling, survival versus passion. Imposter syndrome, especially in spaces where women have been excluded. Legacy, what she wants to create, leave behind. Body and identity, beauty standards, how society defines worth through appearance. Reproductive rights, the political side of bodily autonomy. Aging and transformation, how identity shifts through decades and life changes. A woman's identity is layered with resilience, reinvention, and reclamation. And no two women will wear their identity the same way. That's the beauty of it.